Okay, so we're live now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Weekend Conversations by the Eternal Quest in association with the Ahmedabad Book Club, Gujarati Book Club, American Corner, Ahmedabad, and Hello Gujarat. So today we have two very beautiful guests, and one is Mrs. Kripa Shetty, and the other one is Mrs. Amrita Prabhakaran. So welcome to the Eternal Quest, and we're so glad and honored to have you both on Eternal Quest.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you. Namaste. Hello. So, Mrs. Amrita Prabhakaran, Director and Coordinator of SNS School, Tirupur. Her native is Coimbatore, and her passion in working with children made her start with Shivani Ketan School alongside with Mrs. Kripa Shetty in 2004. The school was started as a play school with 9 kids and now has grown into a full fledged CBSE senior secondary school with more than 1,000 students. And that's so wonderful. Mrs. Amrita has done her schooling at Francis Anglo School, Coimbatore, and completed BCom at PSGR Krishna Kamal College for Women, Coimbatore. She is also a member of the Planning Commission Board of Tamil Nadu, Open University. She was a part of the delegation of 20 educationists from India that visited Finland in 2016 to study the education practices of the country. In order to upgrade her skills in regard to working with students and teaching faculties, she attends a lot of workshops and conferences conducted by CBSE, IIT Teacher Foundation, IRTC, and various others. She always says and believes the energy that keeps her going through the day is all derived from the children at school. And that's truly said for a person, for an educator, for a teacher, for a professor. The students are the most important and the children are the most important. And alongside with her, we have Mrs. Kripa Shetty, who believes that education is for improving the lives of others and leaving your community and the world a better place than you found it. That learning never stops and is a lifelong process. She is born in Mangalore and has done her schooling in Manipal, Ahmedabad, and Hubli. And she has started Shivani Ketan School with her partner, Mrs. Amrita, in the year 2004. Mrs. Krupa is an arts graduate from Christ College, Bangalore, and she completed her MBA from Mangalore University. She was chosen by ISB, Indian School of Business, for a certificate management program, which was sponsored by the international financial company Goldman, and she was part of a delegation of 20 educationists from India that visited Finland in 2016 to study the educational practices of that country. She has attended various workshops and conferences conducted by the CBSE, IIT, the Teachers Foundation, and various others. So we've heard about both of them, and there is one common ground, the Shivani Ketan School, where they both have started in 2004. So let us know. So the school has two branches in Tirupur. One is a primary branch, and another a senior secondary school, and it is affiliated to the CBSE board. The school provides a well-balanced curriculum that aims to develop academics, physical, emotional, and social skills of the children. It aims to make the students well rounded individuals who are also connected to the community and world around them. So, we'll come to know more about the school from the founders and the directors of the school itself. So, we're very glad and honored to have you on the Eternal Quest and welcome both of you. And thank you for joining with us today.
Thank you
for having us. Yeah.
Okay,
And
so starting.
we thank the Eternal Quest for having us. Thank you.
Yes. So initially starting off with, could you tell us about your journey of hope, of faith, and of success? And who was your greatest inspiration in starting the SNS school?
To start a school was always inside me. I don't know from when I had that. And I had communicated about that to my family as well as my friends around. And that is how, a like-minded person like Kripa, we joined together and we were able to do. So it was not that somebody inspired me, something was there inside me itself to start a school.
Okay, wonderful. And what about you, ma'am?
What I would like to say is that the journey of running the SNS school has been one of wonderful sense of purpose. Purpose. It has given me a wonderful sense of purpose in life, and it has been a great source of joy. As Amrita said, we started it together, so it's been wonderful journey along with her from day one. It's been a journey along with her, with great support from my family, my husband. When we started this school, but then it's also the great support of the team that we have. Our principal, Ganga ma'am, the coordinators, the wonderful teachers who are great learners themselves. They were amazing, especially this pandemic year, when the whole teaching learning process changed and the teachers adapted so well to technology. Suddenly they were all over using different kinds of apps, and I think that journey was again a very different one, and it has been a really great learning process for all of us, to me, and every day we are learning something new, and it has been an exciting journey. So I'm so glad that we're doing what we're doing. Thank you. Yeah.
It's lovely. And to bring about a change in someone's life and to have an impact on their lives at such a young age is just a great job that you both are doing. So, Kripa ma'am, why do you think it was ranked as the number one school in the district?
The magazine, there's a leading Indian magazine called Education World. They for the year 2021, we were named as the best co-ed school in the district. It was based on our academic performance and our co-scholastic performance. As far as academics is concerned, in the board exams for the past 2-3 years, in the 10th and 12th, our average mark score of our students has been the best in the district. Like this year, when the 10th exam has not been conducted, our children have scored above, the average has been nearing 85%, which no other school has been able to score. That is one of the criteria, and all the scholastic activities that we do to broaden the horizons of the children, the physical, social, these kind of activities that we're constantly doing for our children is what we give as a balanced education to our children. I think that would what would have made us the best school in the district of Tirupur.
Wonderful. And Amrita ma'am, talking about the Shivani Ketan school, so what does it set apart, from other schools?
The first thing that I would like to tell is our personal touch. Right from the time that we started as play school, we started 18 years back as a play school. From day one, we are there. Like we means it's Kripa and me are there to welcome the children, and we stay there till we send them off and say bye-bye. So personally, we meet each and every child, which is still continued till today. So morning when they come, we are there in the front welcoming them, and evening we are there to say goodbye to them going back home. That is one important thing, the personal touch and our interest in school. The next one would be like the beginning of every academic year, both Kripa and I, we would meet all the parents through orientations, and we are open to them. They can, come up with your queries, and all their whatever bonds are all being taken into consideration. Apart from that, our campus is a fear-free campus. There is no question of fear. Anybody, any student can come and approach us at any time. Any parents can talk regarding any issues to us at any time. So like this, we have a lot of things which is making Shivani Ketan special in Tirupur.
Wonderful, ma'am. And Amrita ma'am, could you tell us something about winning the National Robotics Championship?
Yes, this robotics is being taught to children from third standard to ninth standard. It's compulsory that everybody gets to learn robotics and artificial intelligence. So, in the year 2018, after a few years of us getting involved in that robotics, our children, the trainer, she made them participate in the national robotics competition that held at Ahmedabad, and they won the national competition. And from there, they were taken to the international level. And with that, they'd been taken to Chiang Mai, Thailand, and out of 65 participants, countries participating, our children came sixth. India got the sixth place. So we really felt so happy and and I was really happy to be part of them. I traveled with them along with the children, so that was a big learning experience for all of us. And yeah.
That's lovely, and congratulations to you both for such a great achievement. Actually, that is the only way probably the students get this encouragement for doing something new and stepping out of their comfort zones. So, Kripa ma'am, you were a part of the delegation of 20 educationists from India that visited Finland in 2016 to study the educational practices of that country. What has been your experience? Can you share something about with us?
Yes, it was an eye opener for us. One was, I would say, in our country also, we say that education should be given the top priority to build the future of the country. But we only talk, but we need to, you need to pay for that kind of education. If you compare the education expenditure of both the countries, in India, we spend less than 3% of our GDP of the economy on education, whereas a country like Finland and the rest of the countries which have very good education, they generally spend about 6% of their GDP. That makes a huge difference, because there you see that it's the government, the community, and the education fraternity, all of them are together in ensuring that very good education is provided. The second thing I would say that is in the primary education, I found the huge difference. Here, from the primary classes, you start with the rat race of getting high marks and pushing them only towards academics. But there, it's about building skills. The skills of physical skills, the life skills, just art activities and carpentry, these kind of performing arts. These are the skills that are given at the lower classes, and that helps in later on building a stronger foundation for education. I think these are the two things that were very clear to me during that trip.
Wonderful. And what about you, ma'am?
Yeah, that was a wonderful learning experience for both of us. Going with with a team of 20 of them from all over India. What I observed there was the resources given, as Kripa said about the GDP for the education part. The resources that they had as children in school, they were like, it is unbelievable. The government, and most of the schools were government schools taken care by the government, and in the primary sessions, they had classes where instructions were less. The teacher used to be a facilitator, where she used to do and show. We saw children sitting and eating with the teacher, cleaning up the place with the teacher. It was like it's not instruction-based learning. They learn it from their facilitator who's there, who sets an example for the children. And one more thing that I noted was they were so much connected with nature. Most of the schools were near a woods kind of a thing, a forest kind of a thing. And I think that was another amazing thing, where I strongly believe that learning happens along with nature. A lot of learning happens with nature and along with nature. So these are, and apart from that, they were all they start their actual education, primary education at the age of 7. whereas in our place it starts off at the age of 5. Grade 1, they take children at the age of
Yes.
5.
Yes.
So the children need to be prepared to really sit at a place and able to learn. So for that, age appropriate curriculum is very, very important, which they follow there. And again, with their teachers are the highly paid people there in Finland. And so we are yet to learn a lot from them and make the changes here.
Okay. And you beautifully said, and that's correct also, children or probably anyone of any age, no age bar, would learn the best when we're connected, with nature, amidst nature. So that's wonderful and it's true. So, Kripa ma'am, could you let us know more about the oxygen buses which have been provided by Shivani Ketan School during the Corona pandemic?
I think the second wave has been a tsunami where, the high number of cases, even in a place like Tirupur, the cases are very, very high. And what we noticed in especially at the government hospital, where people from the low income, people come there are not enough hospital beds, and a lot of patients are waiting outside the GH in the ambulances. And so the Tirupur Riders Club and the Young Indians Association, which is part of the CII, they had this initiative of providing oxygen to these patients waiting outside the government hospital. So we provided them the buses from our school. Initially 5 oxygen concentrators, which are like around 1 lakh per concentrators. These were all from donations from the public around Tirupur, where we started with 5 concentrators. At the moment, with commendable work from these 2 young volunteers from these organizations, there are about 50 plus oxygen concentrators all around Tirupur at 4 different locations. 3 GHs around Tirupur and 1 private hospital. These free oxygen is being provided for patients. It's being, I think it's life-saving. Then lots more needs to be done on a daily basis. I think we all need to be part of, this effort. Not only we can't depend only on the government. We also need to pitch in as citizens to help the people suffering from this terrible disease.
Yes, that's rightly said. Whatever efforts anyone can put in, that's gonna help someone or the other out there who's in pain or who's suffering or who's in need actually. So that's a beautiful initiative by the SNS School. So Kripa ma'am, again to you. So 28 students from Shivani Ketan School participated in the Model United Nations event conducted by the IMUN organization. Could you tell us more about the same?
Yeah, the International Model United Nations, IMUN, basically what it does is it simulates the working of the United Nations. The headquarters is in New York and in Geneva and all that. So they have the General Assembly, the Security Council. So the children are made part of these process of the United Nations to solve various world issues. It can be political issues, trade issues, economic issues, the socio issues like drug trading or anything which is real cases that happen. These cases are given to the children. The children learn to make resolutions, learn to build teams, negotiate amongst each other, and put up the resolution in the General Assembly or Security Council. And they basically, what happens in these simulated events is they build up the skills of negotiation, debating, team building, and consensus. These are the different skills that the children learn through this IUMN. Apart from United Nations, they also have simulated versions of how laws are passed in the Indian Parliament or the Legislative Assembly. So it's a wonderful, process that children go through. And we wish to continue this every year. We've, I think, had it for 3 years in our school, and we wish to continue it to do this IUMN every year.
Okay, that's lovely. And Amrita ma'am, there have been innovative field trips, workshops, festivities, and celebrations. And SNS School has made a special place in Tamil Nadu. So, do you believe that innovation and creativity is the key to success?
Definitely, yes. Innovation and creativity is a key to success. Field trips, to talk about the field trips, workshops, festivities, and celebrations in our school. Field trips, as all of us know, just with books, learning doesn't stop. They need to be exposed. So field trips are part of Shivaniketan school right from kindergarten, where they are taken to garden, a farm, where they are allowed to really explore whatever they are learning. And
Okay.
celebrations are always there at SNS. We celebrate all national festivals and the local, and all kinds of festivals are being celebrated. Regarding workshops, our teachers as well as the students are being exposed to people from outside who specializes in different fields they've been exposed to. So these are about the workshops that our children and teachers undergo, and that is why Shivani Ketan School is a special place for the kids where they learn differently through different kind of activities.
Definitely, when a child is exposed to some practical things and when they experience it on their own, that is the best learning, probably, rather than just reading it out and in theories and in books and learning from the teachers. So that's wonderful to know. And Kripa ma'am, travel gives wings to your imagination. What has been your idea of the educational trips?
As Amrita ma'am said, the educational trips are from the local vegetable vendor to the factory. They have gone. Our children have gone to the north and south of India, to around Tamil Nadu. We've done stay over at in the farms. We've done treks. We have done treks. We've gone to at least 5 different countries, especially towards the east. When we go to a place far away from where we stay, we generally make it a point that apart from recreational places, like children love theme parks and all that, we make it a point to take them to museums and places which reflect the cultural ethos of that particular place or country. It's been really an eye opener for us, visiting these places, because it's for us and the children. More than that, I think for the children, it's a lot of time for fun and camaraderie amongst themselves. They build the best memories of the schooling during these trips. So the pandemic has not allowed us to have it. I think it will take us a while, but we are looking forward to having more trips near and far for our children.
Okay. Amrita ma'am, so nature is a precious gift showered by God. How do you teach the children that nature is at most important to us?
Nature, yes, very, very important to us. In almost all the topics, we blend activities connecting with nature. For example, if we teach water at lower level, for the children at lower classes, they've been taught how to use it very carefully, very effectively. But whereas in higher classes, like whatever they consume for a t-shirt, what is the virtual water being consumed,
Yes.
for production of even in farming, for this amount of paddy field, what is the water used. So nature has always been connected in with their academics in all levels, right from kindergarten to the senior secondary level. It has been connected, blended with their academics. And we also have classes outside, sitting under the tree, looking at the birds. Our senior secondary school is somewhere near a village, so they get to see the cows grazing in the nearby field and all that. So nature has always been connected with the children at Shivaniketan School.
Okay. And Kripa ma'am, a healthy body has a healthy mind. Can you tell us about the achievements of your students regarding athletics?
As far as sports and physical activity is concerned, We do not believe that it's only for a few children who are good at sports, in competitive sports we make them play sports. It has to be a lifestyle for all of us, for all our children, and it has to start from a young age. So a physical activity, I wouldn't just put it in athletics. Physical activity as such is part of their timetable on a day-to-day basis. Every day they have one physical activity. It could be yoga, dance, or any kind of sports. As far as sports, of course, we have the cricket, basketball, football, athletics, the minor sports. There are varied sports that the children can choose from, but we want each and every child to have one session of physical activity each and every day. That is how we have designed. Of course, as far as achievements in athletics is concerned, at the various district levels, Sahodaya level, our teams have been participating and winning. Some of the students have gone into the state level, into the teams of the football or in the athletics field. So there have been achievements, but for us, when it comes to sports and physical activity, it has to be on a day-to-day basis so that it becomes part of a child's lifestyle and
Yes.
schooling.
And yes,
Yeah.
true. And even from that young age, they would know the importance of being active and about the fitness and the sports also. So, to both of you, my question would be: apart from school and students, what has been your second passion? You've invested a lot of your work, your effort, your time into the students and the school. But what about you personally?
Yes. My next passion is farming. I
Wonderful.
like, I love cooking,
Okay.
like meeting people, reading. Yes, I see that I balance everything, all these things.
Lovely. And what about you, ma'am?
I would say I do catch up with my reading, but I'm a news junkie. I love keeping up to date, about the geopolitics, about history, economics. I listen to a lot of the people who have to say about politics or economy or social, about the society. So I love listening to Thomas Friedman, Shekhar Gupta, Farid Zakaria. These are the people I constantly keep listening to because I want to be in touch with what's happening all over the world, near and far. That's something that I've always been doing. Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. So, Amrita, ma'am, what are your future plans? You've
Future plans
been
regarding,
so active with the school, with the family, with your own personal life, but talking about the future plans. I know this time has been like a pretty dicey situation where nothing is, we cannot actually, be so confirm about what's going to happen next, but at least some idea regarding your future plans.
so future plans regarding our school, Shivani Ketan School. We've already been discussing about this. We wanted to go in for a college, arts and science college.
Lovely.
Just
That's a
waiting
big
for
step
the,
that the school might have. Yes, yes.
yes, and give more facilities regarding school, more add on more facilities to our children. Yes, that is what is right now.
Yes. And how about you, ma'am?
Yes, as she said, college is one we want to take it up at the earliest, and we have been working on, doing the landscaping and giving most facilities for the children. This pandemic time has given us the time to do a bit of work and in the school, but in the future, there's one aspect that I would want to add on for the children in the future is community outreach programs where children get to do some kind of give some contribution to the society in whatever little ways they can, so that they should we should not be living for ourselves.
Yes.
That the school should be an place where they get an outlet to reach to the community, and whatever little contribution that they can give. That is one thing that I would want to do in the future for the school, or for the children, that I would want the children to do. Yeah.
So all the best wishes for this future endeavor that you both are planning. And I'm sure the children and the students are going to be so glad and overwhelmed by having the college in the same under the same guidance of you both. So that's going to be really wonderful. So, any message to your students and the audience, out there in these tough times, such as COVID? It
Times
has,
for COVID,
yes.
follow the rules, be inside home, stay safe, take care of yourself, and be smart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kripa,
Uh,
ma'am?
yeah. I think a lot of people are going through tough times. So stay, as she said, stay safe, but stay positive and give, positive support to the people around you. It could be friends, family, or even people in the community. Whatever contribution that you can do, staying safe, that can be done. For our students, it's also a time when they have more time to stay at home. Maybe they could build certain skills, basic life skills like cooking, cleaning, gardening activities. These are certain things, when there is time to do it, please do. I would
Yes.
suggest that parents encourage the children to do these kind of activities, develop some art, painting, or any activity that can be taken up, because there is more time available. I think that should be done during this time when you have more time at your hand. But stay safe and wear your mask on. I think that's, and take your vaccinations. Yeah.
Yes, that's truly said. Vaccination is a must and it's important. And wearing the mask is obviously there's no option currently. And one thing that you said was rightly said, that the children can use this at the best of their time, because probably they have in between, they have online classes also, but they have holidays also, then they have summer vacations also, and so they have plenty of time to cultivate new skills staying at home with whatever materials or whatever is available with them. So definitely. Okay, so we're gonna end this session, this lovely session with both of you, with one quick rapid fire. And I'm so glad and overwhelmed having you both, and in conversation with you both, knowing so much about the school is such a proud moment for the school itself and for the students also. That would I also feel the same. So okay, we'll start off with Amrita ma'am first, and. So the question is, your greatest source of inspiration.
A lot of people, but my father.
Okay. Your favorite place of travel abroad.
Not abroad, but I always wanted to go back to Ajanta and Ellora and admire those carvings. We'd been with the
Yeah.
children, with our
Yeah.
school kids. So one more time, that's one place that I need to visit another time.
Yes. Finally, when the pandemic and the COVID situations are addressed, everyone is just waiting to go out and explore the places that we have in the world. Okay. So your favorite book.
The recently read book Freedom at Midnight. I just
Okay.
enjoyed the way, the author had put it, how
Yes.
our people struggle so much to get our independence. Freedom at
Okay.
Midnight.
Okay. And your favorite dish.
Something with curd? Anything with
Okay.
curd.
Anything that could go with the curd, right?
Curd, yes, yes.
Okay. So, what is the most important element required for a student? Discipline or hard work?
When discipline sets in, hard work automatically follows.
Okay. Wonderfully said. And one last question, your favorite quote?
Uh, Whatever you do, do your best.
Yes. Okay. Over to you, Kripa ma'am. And so, first of all, your favorite author?
It's Malcolm Gladwell. I'm reading a lot of him these days. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Okay. So, Mangalore or Tamil Nadu? Which cuisine would you prefer?
Cuisine, of course, Mangalore. I love the kori roti and there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Your greatest source of inspiration?
It has to be MK Gandhi. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. And your favorite app?
I love using on Android Keep Notes. It just helps me to keep all my ideas or
That-
to-do list, and Even
Yes.
recipes, everything goes in there. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay. One element that is required for success.
Hard work.
Okay. And one last thing is your favorite quote.
Quote, in a world where you can be anything, be kind.
Be kind. Lovely. So that was so beautiful having you both and having this conversation and knowing about your journey of success, hope, and faith, and the entire journey of from 2004 up till now. And I'm sure it's gonna be a beautiful and a wonderful journey for the even when you start off with the college. So many congratulations to you both and the team also and the school and the students also. And thank you so much for being here with us today on the Eternal Quest and taking out this precious time of yours and being with us here. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you. We'd like to thank you, Dviti, and Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi also, who organized this interview. Thank you, Eternal Quest, for giving us the opportunity to express ourselves. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you,
And
Dhruti, Eternal Quest, and Vijay Lakshmi ma'am for giving us this opportunity to
okay.
express our opinions. Yeah.
Yes. And thank you to the wonderful audience and viewers we've had today. I was seeing, we have so many of them are so happy for you. They're feeling proud for both of you and they're congratulating you for all the achievements. And thank you, everyone. Okay, I might probably mispronounce these names, but Maheshwari, Raji, then Prem Ramasamy, then Dharun Kiruba, Devi, Hema Suresh. We have Saraswati Chandra Acharyaji, who's from Hello Gujarat. Then we have Methili, Geeta, okay, I might miss out on some names, Kavita, Durga Suren, then Sangeeta, then Sarita, Manju, Parvati, Sangeeta, and Krishna Rai. So good to talk to you on the show. Congrats and all the best. So thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry if I had the pronunciations got wrong, but it was lovely and it was a great time that you guys connected with us today and showed your such immense support and love to the school and to both of these beautiful ladies, strong women out there. So, and thank you to the Eternal Quest and all the viewers of the Eternal Quest and the audience. And one last thing, don't forget to like, share, and follow the Eternal Quest page on Facebook. So, this is Wedi Chotai for today, and we're going to see you soon in the next week with another guest. And up till then, please stay safe, take care of yourselves and your near ones and dear ones, and just we just need to stay strong to get out of this pandemic situation as soon as possible. So this was Dvati Chodai for the Weekend Conversations by the Eternal Quest in association with the Ahmedabad Book Club, Gujarati Book Club, American Corner Ahmedabad, and Hello Gujarat. Thank you, bye bye, and take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.